Picture this, there's one slice of pizza left and you're on a diet. What do? Do you surrender to the tantalizing, cheesy temptation? Or do you stand strong, holding firm to your dieting resolve? Ah, the agony of choice. Now this might seem like a trivial quandary, but it's a microcosm of the larger dilemmas we face every day. It's about making choices, setting priorities, and yes, establishing boundaries. Whether it's pizza or peer pressure, the principle remains the same. Consider that last slice of pizza as the metaphorical crossroads you often find yourself at. To eat or not to eat? That's the question. It's a test of your willpower, your commitment to your health, and your ability to set and respect your own boundaries. So should you eat that last slice or not? That's the million-dollar question. Stay tuned as we dive into the fascinating world of setting healthy boundaries. Now, replace the pizza with life decisions. Tough, huh? Just as we grapple with the last slice of pizza, there are moments in life when we have to make difficult decisions, and that's where the concept of boundaries comes in. Imagine life as one big pizza. Each slice represents different aspects of our lives: school, friends, family, hobbies, and so on. Just like you wouldn't want the cheese from one slice to mess up the toppings on another, you wouldn't want conflicts in one area of your life to spill over into others. That's why setting boundaries is crucial. It's like deciding whether to eat that last slice of pizza or not. It's about understanding your limits, respecting your own needs, and learning to say no when necessary. It's about creating a healthy balance in your life, just like the perfect balance of toppings on a pizza. Boundaries, my friends, make life a whole lot simpler, like a menu in a pizza parlor. But what in the world are boundaries, and why do they sound like something from a geography class? Well, boundaries are not about topography or latitudes and longitudes. They're more like invisible lines that govern our relationships with others. Think of it this way. Imagine you're at a buffet. You load your plate with your favorite dishes, but then someone reaches over and grabs a chicken wing from your plate. Not cool, right? That's because they've crossed a boundary. Your chicken wing boundary, to be precise. Boundaries are like that, except they're not about chicken wings. They're about your feelings, your personal space, your time, and your energy. They help us maintain our mental and emotional health by defining what's okay and what's not okay for us. Let's take an example. Say your friend wants to copy your homework. Now, you might be okay with sharing your notes, but not okay with them copying your work. So you set a boundary. You can look at my notes, but you can't copy my homework. Setting boundaries is like drawing a line in the sand, except the sand is your life, and the line is what keeps you from feeling overwhelmed or taken advantage of. They're like personal rules that help us feel safe, respected, and understood. But remember, boundaries are not about controlling others. They're about managing yourself and your interactions with others. It's about saying, this is what I need to feel comfortable and respected in this relationship. Just like you wouldn't want someone grabbing food off your plate, you wouldn't want someone invading your personal space, taking up your time without asking, or making you feel uncomfortable. That's why we set boundaries. And just like you can refill your plate at the buffet, you can adjust your boundaries as you need. After all, they're your boundaries. You get to decide where they are and what they look like. So, boundaries are like our personal do not disturb signs. Got it? Now that we've got our definitions straight, how do we go about setting these do not disturb signs? Well, it's easier than assembling a piece of furniture from a certain Swedish superstore, I promise. Step 1 is to identify your limits. Picture yourself as a country. What's your weather like? What are your natural resources? And most importantly, where are your borders? You wouldn't want any unwanted invasions, would you? Now, step 2 is to clearly communicate these boundaries. If you don't want anyone entering your country without a visa, you need to let them know. Think of it as your country's travel advisory. And remember, shouting it from the mountaintops is not necessary. A simple, firm statement will do. Step 3, give yourself permission to enforce these boundaries. It's like having your own border patrol. Don't be afraid to check passports and send back those who don't respect your rules. This isn't about being unkind, it's about protecting your sovereignty. Step 4, be consistent. If you let one person sneak in without a visa, soon enough you'll have a line of people at your border. Consistency is key in maintaining your boundaries. And finally, step 5, practice self-care. Your country needs a good leader, and that's you. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Keep your weather sunny, your resources plentiful, and your borders secure. Now remember, these steps are not a one-time thing. It's like maintaining a garden. You need to water it, prune it, and occasionally shoo away the pesky squirrels. And let's not forget, these boundaries are not just for others. They're also for you. It's easy to overstep our own boundaries. So don't become that tourist who leaves trash in the park. Respect your own rules. So there you have it, folks. 5 simple steps to setting healthy boundaries. And remember, it's not about building a fortress. It's about creating a country that you're proud to call home. Remember, setting boundaries isn't about building walls. It's more like setting up a nice picket fence. Opening. So, we've set up our picket fences. What's next? Well, folks, let's imagine for a moment. Picture your life as a garden. When you have no boundaries, it's like having a garden without any fences. Any creature, be it a bunny or a bear, can wander in and nibble on your roses or trample your tulips. But when you set boundaries, you're essentially putting up a fence. This doesn't mean you're shutting out everyone and everything. It simply means you're choosing who and what you allow into your space. Now let's dig into the benefits of setting boundaries. First off, boundaries foster self-respect. It's like telling the world, hey, I respect my garden, and I expect you to do the same. When you set boundaries, you're essentially saying, this is my space, my time, and my energy, and I get to choose how I use them. It's like declaring to the universe that you're the CEO, the captain, and the superstar of your own life. Secondly, boundaries create a sense of security. Picture your garden again. When it's protected by a sturdy fence, doesn't it feel safer? Similarly, when your life is protected by well-established boundaries, you feel more secure. You're less likely to be trampled on or taken advantage of. Lastly, setting boundaries can improve relationships. I know, it sounds counterintuitive, right? But think about it. When you clearly communicate your boundaries, others know what to expect from you and what you expect from them. It's like giving them a map of your garden and saying, here's where you can tread and here's where you can't. It eliminates guesswork and reduces misunderstandings, leading to healthier, happier relationships. So when you set boundaries, you're not being selfish or rude. You're actually doing everyone a favor. You're making your garden a safer, happier place for everyone who's invited in. Closing, and voila, life with boundaries feels less like a battlefield and more like a pizza party. Phew, that was quite a journey, wasn't it? We started with just an innocent slice of pizza and ended up exploring the vast landscape of healthy boundaries for teenagers. In our time together, we've delved into the nitty-gritty of what boundaries are. We've learned that they are the invisible lines we draw around ourselves to protect our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. They're not about shutting people out, but rather about letting them in on our terms. We've also discovered how to set these healthy boundaries. Remember, it's all about clear communication, respect for oneself and others, and consistency. It's not about building walls, but about constructing bridges of understanding and respect. Then we explored the benefits of having these boundaries. We've seen how they can foster self-esteem, promote mental health, and nurture healthy relationships. They're like the secret ingredient to a happier, healthier life. But that's not all. Setting healthy boundaries is not just a one-time thing, it's a continuous process, a journey that we embark on every day. It's like the dough of our pizza, always ready to be rolled out and topped with our choices. So, what's next, you ask? Well, it's time for you to start setting your own healthy boundaries. Remember, you are the master chef of your life's pizza. You decide what goes into it and what stays out. Start small, maybe by saying no to that extra slice of pizza when you're already full, or by carving out some me time in your busy schedule. Then gradually, as you get comfortable, expand your boundaries to other areas of your life. And hey, don't worry if you stumble along the way. It's all part of the process. Just keep going and remember, we're here to guide you every step of the way. So get ready to embark on this exciting journey. And as you do, we'd love for you to become part of our community. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video, because remember, the more the merrier at the pizza party of life.